So good evening from here in London. We've had a pretty quiet US afternoon session, however there are a few stories of note. Starting out in Europe, we did see Reuters sources report potentially the ECB considering a capital increase. The current ascribed capital is 5.8 billion euros, and there's talk that they might potentially double this. However, this would be quite hard to pass, as some of those Eurozone countries that make up the ECB are already struggling under existing financial commitments. So another 5.8 billion euros would be hard to find. Now, moving on to the US, we saw a federal judge in Virginia. He ruled that the Obama healthcare bill is unconstitutional. Now, this did give a little boost to some of those healthcare stocks immediately after the news came out. However, it was pretty soon after that the move was retraced. Moving on to the actual markets, Treasuries. Last week we saw a 2.5 point move lower in T-note futures, and this was continuing for the first half of the session. However, in the second half we saw a retracement on some profit taking, and in the end T-notes finished up 14 ticks at 120.21. So a good start of the week for T-notes. Now moving on to the equity markets, however, not quite as good. Although for most of the session we were trading in strong positive territory, up over around 0.5%. Towards the close we did see a late sell-off. Dow only up around 0.15%, failing to make that 52-week high it was aiming for. S&P flat in the end, and Nasdaq broke an 8-day winning streak to close down 1/3%, led lower by Intel and Research in Motion. Now lastly, the FX markets today. Dollar index at one point down 1.4%, very weak day for the dollar. Euro dollar at one point up over 200 pips. However, towards the close it did retrace some of those earlier losses to close down around 1.1% today for the dollar index. Now moving on to tomorrow, we have finally got some data. We've got the FOMC rate decision, but before that we've also got US PPI and retail sales data, as well as auctions in terms of T-bills for Spain and Belgium out the Eurozone in the morning. So anyway, have a great evening. I'll be back tomorrow. Good night.